go. This is the cold open. Hi, welcome to Preparing to Podcast, the show where Canadian comedians like us drop by to chat and share knowledge and talk shit and generally vent their frustrations about the world gone mad. This is episode 4, and as always, I'm Ted Morris.
And I'm Chuck Byrne.
And we have a great show this week.
We do.
Which we know because we record the opening after we do the interview. And the interview was fire, as the kids say.
It was.
Is that what the kids say?
I don't know what the kids say. I don't pay attention to the children.
Well, I'm speaking the truth.
You are. You are. Or possibly lying. But I guess we'll enjoy the and we'll find out.
Chuck Byrne, you are a liar and the truth is not in you. But let's find out. We have, of course, our longest running, most popular segment. We should look that up.
Yes.
We have a couple of guests.
A couple of wonderful guests this week.
Wonderful guests. Who's joining us?
Our guests this week are two veteran comedians who I think of as pretty significant in the Canadian comedy scene. Both of these fellows have been around for north of 25 years.
Yep.
They've toured all over the place. They both have very distinct styles. And they've also kind of done a little bit of everything. They've done the big tours. They've done the small tours. They've done television. They've done this. They've done that. Kind of everything that the comedy world has to offer here in Canada. Jean-Paul is joining us, along with Darren Frost.
Frosty.
Yeah.
One of the moments I knew I was a comedian was when I was hosting Spirits and I was introducing Darren and I said, please welcome the gentle comedy of Darren Frost. And
yeah. So you were a liar then too.
I was a liar then.
Yeah.
But it tickled him. He wanted
I
to
would
be
not
like,
describe
gentle comedy.
Darren as a gentle comedian.
No,
although
not at all.
a gentle soul.
A gentle man.
A wonderful gentleman, but as an act, no, not a gentleman.
No. But a very good example that comedians are not necessarily who you see on stage as people.
Yes, yeah. I probably less so with us. I think we probably represent ourselves much more on stage than someone like Darren does, because Darren's very aggressive on stage, but not an aggressive person in person.
I'm me on stage.
Yeah?
I'm just an amped up version of me.
Yeah, that's how I like to describe it, because people will ask, is that really what you're like? And I usually tell them that that's the best I am.
Yeah.
That's me in as good a mood as I'm going to be, talking about the things I want to talk about the most, that show me in the best light. So if you see my show, that's the very best of me, and everything outside of that will probably be a little bit of disappointment.
You'll be very disappointed if you meet us in real life. Yeah. On stage, me is me with less anxiety.
Or at least much better hidden anxiety.
Yeah.
That's
much better.
That would be true of me.
Question, do we have any new segments?
No, we have no new segments this week.
Do we have any new policies?
No, we have no new policies this week.
You do not seem very prepared.
Well, that's kind of the point here, right? This is preparing to podcast, as opposed to prepared to podcast. If we were prepared to podcast new segments every week, we'd have multiple of policies, all sorts of stuff. But at the end, do you really want a lot of policies? Because if you keep adding policies, eventually you're Air Canada, and nobody wants that. See, like it would appear that we have a script because we're holding papers if you're watching the video feed.
Yeah.
Most of this is sauce recipes.
Yeah, and you can also tell how old we are because we are holding papers.
Yes, that does date us a little bit. Puts us into the latter days of the previous century. In fact, that we're even holding paper. But it does bring us, the sauce brings us to our first segment, which is the we should look that up. We should look that up, because last week we had a
classic stinger for our segment.
Yes, we had a couple of issues come up last week. We had wonderful guests, Eric Andrews and Dom Perret, and previous to the show, both of them had asked, is there anything I can bring? Is there anything I can help out? And I told Eric, if you have a sauce that pairs well with ribs, feel free to bring that along, because after we record the show, we eat ribs.
Yeah.
And lovely little tradition and an incentive to get guests to come without actually having to pay them in real money. We offer them ribs. And so Eric, I think he picked the moment pretty well last week.
The timing was perfect.
Is he pulled a bag of sauce, a clear plastic bag of sauce out of his pocket and just kind of laid it on the table in front of us. Just kind of a plop. There's some sauce without us really explaining the whole sauce thing. It was just all of a sudden there was a bag of sauce on the table.
A random act of sauce.
And the question that I was wondering was, A, is it homemade? And that's why it's in a plastic bag. And B, is the sauce delicious? And so to put an answer to that question, no, the sauce was not homemade.
No.
It was a standard Bullseye barbecue sauce,
which does come in its own bottle,
which he had brought with him, by the way.
Oh,
he had brought the bottle with him, and he put the sauce in the bag for the effect. He didn't just show up with the bag of sauce. And so I thought it was actually a much better comedic moment than I had initially thought it was, knowing that he had pre-bagged his sauce before we started recording, knowing that moment. But then he waited until like 50 minutes into the show to lay the bag of sauce down. So he was patient with it as well.
I appreciate that. I appreciate someone who doesn't rush their bit, who just waits for...
He picked his moment, and he did pick a good moment because all of us were notably confused.
Yeah.
When he laid the sauce on the table.
I've never been more scared of a bag of sauce before.
It's amazing how disturbing it can be to see something outside of its usual container.
Yeah, just a brown liquid in a clear Ziploc.
Yeah.
Not a sponsor. Ziploc bag. Ziploc sponsor us.
Although it could be a sponsor.
We'll talk about all the things you can put in your bag.
Ziploc, yeah. All the different types of sauce you can put in all the different bags.
So many hollandaise. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I like a good chunky although hollandaise sauce in a bag might be more disgusting than barbecue sauce in a bag.
Yeah, but if you want to dip your eggs, Benny, so that you can control the amount of hollandaise that you're getting at a time.
The only control I want over the hollandaise is emptying the container of hollandaise onto the top of whatever I'm eating. I will always maximize my hollandaise intake.
And you were like, how much hollandaise? All of the hollandaise.
All of the hollandaise.
I respect that.
I don't know if I've ever ordered something that comes with hollandaise without specifically asking for extra before it even showed up. I just don't even, it comes with quite a bit. I don't trust you. I don't trust you because whatever you think is quite a bit of hollandaise, I'm looking at you and I know you're wrong, right? Most people, you can just look at them and know they don't have an appreciation for hollandaise the way I do, right? There should be at least one X in front of the L if you're going to claim hollandaise expertise. Anyway, I'll get into a whole thing about hollandaise.
I didn't realize that was going to be such a hot topic.
It's almost as close to my heart as mayonnaise, which I can get pretty evangelical about. If you bring up Miracle Whip, I'm just going to punch you right in the face.
The tangy zip of Miracle Whip.
The tangy zip of me punching you in the face.
Right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
All right.
Fair enough.
But there was also a second thing that we were going to look up last week because through the course of these conversations that we're having with comedians, a lot of other Canadian comedians come up. Because if you're telling a story, there's usually another comic that was there. There's another guy on the show or another woman on the show or whatever.
We don't know civilians.
So it has become kind of a tradition to kind of name drop other comics in the show. And last week, for whatever reason, we ended up name dropping Aaron Berg, I'd say probably more than 10 times. The name initially came up. We had some fun with it, and then it kind of became a punchline for the episode.
That was our callback. Aaron Berg was our callback.
It was our callback for the episode. So in case you're wondering what Aaron Berg is up to now,
I am.
I did look it up.
Yeah.
And I initially looked up the sauce. I found out about the sauce first.
Obviously,
sauce,
that's going to be your main focus
because I was pretty interested in what the deal was with the sauce.
Obviously.
And if I'm perfectly honest, I was less interested in what Aaron Berg is up to. But I did look up what Aaron Berg is up to, and I found out, and the sauce was still more interesting.
Fair enough. Although I did a deep dive. I did some research.
Did you?
Oh, yeah. I checked out his podcast.
Is it good?
Modern Day Man.
Modern Day
I'm
Man.
going to skip over that
nice little
comment. And just, I didn't last very long. I do love Aaron as a person, but,
Is it a little bro culture for you?
It was very bro culture. It was very Morning Zoo.
Alpha.
There was a lot of it was very high energy,
Yeah.
excellent production values, but I felt like I was listening to Tampa Bay's Morning Zoo radio.
Oh, okay.
Bros.
I get you. All right.
Which,
Not your flavor?
no, I mean, this is the flavor that we're giving
Oh,
people.
okay. This is our
This
flavor.
is not, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Our flavor is a little
Although, to be honest with you,
energy.
I wouldn't mind if we started shooting in Tampa Bay. A little warmer, a little nicer.
Florida.
Humidity would curl my hair, maybe.
Ugh.
Give it a wave. That'd be nice.
Dangling penis of America.
Okay, so that's what Aaron Berg's up to.
That's what Aaron Berg's up to. Go check out his podcast. He's up to episode 26, so.
He's up to weekly?
Inconsistent.
Oh, inconsistent.
I looked at it and was like, well, this has been going on for more than a year, and I know how to do math.
Okay, well, we're shooting for weekly, although we're going to have to figure out what we're going to do over Christmas because...
no guests.
I don't think we'll have trouble finding guests.
Really?
You just look for a comedian that, has already alienated their family. And
What a sad guest.
no, but most of the really
Sad crying guest.
yeah, but the sad comedians are the ones that front the best, right? They're the ones that are able to pretend they're not sad.
All right, well, I'm going to make their lives,
I mean,
make them feel worse about themselves.
I spend most of my life in a crater of depression, and you've never seen a more jolly person.
Dead inside. He's dead inside.
Completely, but you wouldn't know it.
You wouldn't know it.
You wouldn't know it.
But inside, he's curled up into the fetal position.
Yeah.
Just rocking
You know what'll be the last line in the Chuck Burns story? Before turning the gun on himself.
I want to know what the second last line is. Am I the person that you had the
You
gun
don't want to. I'll just say this. You're going to want to miss the finish. I'll just say that.
I got to remember to be nicer to you.
Yeah, it's like the last season. It's like the last episode of Seinfeld. It's just going to be disappointing.
So much build up.
Yeah, so much build up,
So much build up.
and then they finish with the extra button on your shirt joke. Ugh.
Maybe
So
that's what we should look up. I'm loving this segment. I think there's a reason this is our most popular segment, but
I
it's
think
a little
consistency.
yeah.
Yeah, consistency.
Yeah, it's consistently hit or miss.
Okay, so we've introduced the guests already. We've done our segment.
Yep.
We don't have any new segments.
Audience feedback.
There was no audience feedback last week. I think what happened is we replied to audience feedback, and that made the audience nervous because they thought, "Ooh, I don't want to be in the spotlight," even though we protected the person's name.
We protected their name fairly well. It's like when they make you anonymous on the news and they
First
don't.
name and first initial of last name. Yeah. It's the same policy they have at Alcoholics Anonymous, and anonymous is in their name. So that's the standard I was going by.
Yeah.
Right? If they're allowed to go, Charles B., then, so should I. That's just my thinking.
Thank you, Charles B.
Okay.
I think the audience was just scared because they realized that we only got one bit of feedback.
Well, I mean,
so we didn't have a lot to choose from.
No,
so they knew that they were going to be in the spotlight.
Well, I there might have also been a comic on one of the clips about me fixing my teeth, but I don't bring that up because it's just I smoke, I drink coffee. How about you suck on a lemon, jerk? Right? I'm not going to swish purple toothpaste 16 hours a day just so you can be happy looking at my videos. How about you adjust the hue on your screen so that my yellow teeth look white? Huh? Maybe drop a purple, what are those things called?
Jesus?
No, it's like the cellophane. Drop a purple cellophane down in front, and all of a sudden all the yellow will look white.
Nice little filter. This is what teeth look like. This is what teeth look like.
This is what teeth in the real world look like. These teeth have lived a life and done things.
These teeth have stories. You think the tongue has stories. It's all in the teeth.
The teeth. Yeah, those stains are deep. Yeah.
Bless me. You don't want to do those.
It's like a mattress in a Motel 8 that's been there for 15 years. You ain't scrubbing that out. You ain't scrubbing that out. An exorcism couldn't get that out.
Oh, no. Well, I went to the dentist yesterday. I'm not bragging.
Most of the stuff that we do here is proof positive that no matter where you start on a subject, you can end up somewhere completely different very quickly.
Yeah, and also points out that we're just looking down at nothing. I mean,
Yeah. There's nothing written on the paper. That's the problem.
I mean,
But we've covered the problem is we've covered everything that we were going to cover, but we never really typed up a way to end this segment.
we could just end it very like abrupt.
A single clap is actually easiest. But thanks for the second clap.
While you were looking at me like you were anticipating me to do something.
Being better.
I felt the disappointment in your face.
Yeah. Single clap is only good at a gangbang.
Okay, so we are.
Hey,
What? There's no rules, right? This is the internet.
There are no rules.
But you're jumping ahead to the gangbang portion
Well,
prematurely.
Come on.
It's lead strong.
Yeah.
That is not where we planned to start. That was where we
You
were going to
got
wrap
30
it up.
seconds to get this internet thing on your side. You don't say something crazy and controversial and act all wacky.
It's
My due dates are here, here, and here.
JP is now playing Tetris on his phone.
yes, correct. Boom, boom, boom.
So we are here with our guests, Jean-Paul, Darren Frost, two veteran giants of the Canadian comedy scene.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll take it.
You wouldn't describe yourselves that way?
No, but okay.
I think anyone who's consistently done comedy for north of 25 years can call themselves a pretty big deal, especially if you're doing that in the Canadian market.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a veteran, yeah. Giant is debatable, but veteran, yeah, there's no doubt about that.
Is there anybody in stand-up comedy who doesn't know you?
Anyone under 35.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, like it's unbelievable.
Oh, I think, but in terms of the comedians, I would say you're probably better known than most of our generation.
I think so.
You'd be surprised because I mean, and I'm not saying this for poor Darren, he's not known. Like I go into venues all the time and they're open mics and they're like, yeah, just throw your name in the bowl, you might get pulled, you know, like that kind of thing. And they're like people who run the shows, and these aren't new people. These are people who've been around 5 years or whatever. They still don't know, and you got to, you know, you humble, you either do it or you don't. But that's
I feel like a superstar at those open mics.
Well, you
They don't know who you are, and they're like, "Oh, you're
That
amazing."
does surprise me. That leads me to think that the people that are getting into comedy are not the same people that used to get into comedy. Because
No.
it used to be that was all you were interested in, was knowing all the comics.
Because you want to be a comedian. I think now, I think the kids call it clout chasing.
right.
You know what I mean? So they're not necessarily in it wholly for the art.
For the title of being a comedian.
Correct. Like so it'll lead to something else. Whereas when I got into comedy, I still want to just do comedy.
I think the two things that are different is the idea of history and integrity. Those are completely different now. And, you know, that's just the way it is. Same thing. When I got into it, I knew all the comics. I followed all the comics. I wanted to be a comic. You know, whether you're successful or not, that didn't matter in the beginning because that's not why you got into it. And integrity was important. Now, integrity isn't important. You can lie on the internet, fake it till you make it, and that actually helps your career now.
Yeah.
And that's part of the byproduct of what's kind of going on.
Yeah, the downside to the internet is that it's a terrible gatekeeper.
Right.
Oh, it lets everyone in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The gate is too wide.
Well, there's no gate.
Yeah.
If you have Wi-Fi
Yeah.
access, you
We
can.
need to make it harder to get on the internet.
But, you know,
be a skills testing tool.
for every bitter fuck like me, there's a comic that did use the internet who never would have gotten farther because of the bullshit gatekeepers in the past. So, you know, if I've got to struggle a bit because of that, I'm okay with it. I mean, you know, that's just the way it is.
But I also don't have a problem with the internet or social media. It's just,
No.
it's just sometimes there's disrespect. You know what I mean? But again, disrespect is an individual feel
100%.
or perspective.
And I would say my biggest problem with like social media and stuff as a comedian is that I feel like they've given me an extra job. And the whole point of getting into comedy is that I didn't want any other job. And now I've got to be, you know, a video editor, and I got to come up with captions, and I got to make sure, as you said, the first 3 seconds are engaging and compelling, and all of this stuff that is just in the way of me just sitting there trying to be funny.
Well, the joke used to be as comics, you know, you'd be like, how much did you get? How much did it make? Like, I didn't get into this to do math, okay? Like, I didn't get into math. That was the joke in the 90s. I got into comedy to not do math. Well, now you got to do math. You got to do fucking, you know, maintenance on your car yourself. You got to do videos. You got to do this. Hey, look at me. I'm wacky 24/7. Because if you don't feed the monkey's not going to feed you.
Now, both of you are very good with that, though, in terms of getting your promotion stuff out, doing your own touring, booking your own shows, all of that stuff that a lot of comics, certainly I lack the gumption to be able to do every single day. Where does that come from? Necessity or
literally necessity. I'm not the guy, but I also realize I need to stay relevant because I want to continue to do comedy forever and forever and forever. And if I just continue to do it the way that I knew how to do it from when I came in, I don't think I'm going to be able to go as long as I would like to. And it's just one of those necessary evils, as they say. And it's like, fuck it, let's just fucking do it. And I mean, like I think I do it at a basic level, but to someone who doesn't do it at all, like you, you're like, oh my gosh,
Yeah, very impressive.
this guy's amazing.
Yeah.
it's but people who know how to do it, like, what the fuck is this guy doing? It's like, no, don't do that. This is horrible.
And I feel the same way. I'm basically good at it, but that's only because you're not good at it.
Yeah,
Compared to some other
yeah.
people,
correct.
Thank you,
they're
Chuck.
they're like amazing at it, and they're getting more response with a weaker act. But that's just the way it is.
Correct.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
you know. And I have to do it because, unfortunately, in this business, 70% of my money now I'm booking myself, finding the venue, selling the tickets, doing everything myself. And tier clown tier. That's just the way it is. If you don't, you're not going to last.
Yeah.
Agreed.
That's it. You can't rely on bookers or agents. They're all cunts, and I'll say it for the record: they're all cunts. They'll tell you one thing, and then 2 weeks later they'll do the exact opposite, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah, well, yeah, and it's a hard lesson to learn that no one is more interested in your career than yourself.
Right.
And if you're not interested in it enough, then nobody's going to give a damn about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was never the hot, the hot topic, the hot new comic.
Yeah, agreed.
None of that.
Agreed.
No.
I just stuck around and kept doing it.
That's all it is for me. I love the look on bookers and gatekeepers' faces when they see me somewhere that they think I'm not supposed to be. And it's like, how the fuck did you get here? And it's like, you don't worry about that. Where's the bar?
Yeah, I mean, I've always said for years that they can say whatever they want, not funny, whatever, but they can't take my accomplishments away from me, and they can't take any of our accomplishments away.
Yeah.
Right? So I've been doing it almost 35 years. I've released 8 specials. I've done blank, 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 bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. But the second they say, well, you haven't done this, I'm like, well, actually, I have.
Yeah.
You know, like you think you're dangling a carrot in front of me. It's not. It's a piece of dead fruit that's been on the ground for 6 months.
Yeah. It's I mean, you're a guy that I think a lot of people look to as someone that hasn't looked to the gatekeepers or the industry, as it were, to solve your problems for you. You saw the situation where, because of your style, generally speaking, the industry would kind of shrug their shoulders and kind of say, oh, well, you're kind of a specialty act just because you're aggressive and you can be dirty and whatever. For whatever reason they come up with. They always find some reason to.
Reason for all of us at this table.
And you've just kind of went, oh, okay, and then just done it yourself. You've done all your own specials. You do all your own tours. The one thing you taught me is you don't these decisions aren't permanent.
No.
Yeah.
You know, in terms of designing your tour or whatever, every time you go out, you can change how you're selling it or what you're doing or all that kind of stuff. You mix it up a lot.
Yeah, and because it's the things I can control. Like, let's make no bones about it. It's things I can control and things I can't. You know, like I've had bookers, and someone who's booked all 3 of you and not me has said to my face, you don't fit in my box. Like, that's the reason. And I'm like, don't say that.
$1.
Too easy.
$1.
Too easy.
But literally, they're like, she's like, I think you're hilarious. You don't fit my box. Now, I could easily have said, listen, let's go over the last 10 people you booked. 8 are lame, 2 are great. And if you think those 8 people are better for your show than me, we're not in the same business.
Yeah.
But where does that get me? It just gets me nowhere.
Yeah.
It just makes it awkward at the next party that they're at with me, which I enjoy. Don't get me wrong. That's my superpower. Yeah. When people are awkward to be around me, they can't look me in the eyes. I fucking love
Nobody
that shit.
lights up more than Darren Frost seeing someone he has an issue with at a
God.
party.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a famous story. I don't know if JP remembers this. We were in, I won't say the town because then people know it is, but we're at a table with a booker, owner, whatever, and I'm
Oh,
just
God,
going
yes.
at him. I'm going at him, and like the comics are all laughing. Mark Walker was there, rest in peace. He's laughing.
wonderful.
JP's laughing, and literally the booker just turns flabbergasted and says to JP, "You haven't said anything, and do you remember what you said?"
You don't interrupt the movie.
Yes, and I don't talk when the movie's on. I don't talk when the movie's on, and you might just ate your piece of sandwich. Look, it's all cute little funny podcast moments, but at the end of the day, that guy's not going to book me now.
True.
Yeah.
True. But
People don't like being called on their bullshit.
no. And yeah, I've
And they can come back to me 5 years later and say, you know what, Darren, you're right. But I still didn't book you for 5 years.
and there's fewer people, I would think. There's a couple of people that I want in the room when a situation arises that should be called out. You're one of the people I want to have in the room. Another person would be Mark Forward.
Sure.
Mark Forward was good. I remember I did the laugh off with Mark Forward, and Cedric Newman was late. Now, Cedric Newman is always late.
Correct.
It's just who Cedric Newman is as a person. He shows up late. And we all expected it, but we all also understood, because we had all been told, if you're late, you have to go first.
Yeah, it's clear.
And the owners of the club don't want to force the situation. They don't want to enforce the rule that they've made. And so everyone's kind of hemming and hawing, and no one's really saying anything. And Mark Forward just finally goes, no, he's going first.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, all of us were like, yeah.
Of course he is. Sure.
Howard Johnson is right.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, rules are rules. And look, I used to be the comedy police. People used to call me the comedy sheriff, all that. I stopped it literally like 7 years ago because I'm like, it doesn't do me any good. These people that are loving, they'll come up to me and go, I love what you do and how you do that. And I book these shows, but I'm never going to book you on them.
Yeah.
It's not benefiting me or the industry whatsoever.
I would say, I would agree that it didn't benefit you because you're putting yourself at risk every time you open your mouth like that. But I will say that it did benefit comedy and comics.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
Because I think actions like that, specifically that you've taken, make someone think twice about, okay, am I going to get called out on this if I do this again?
Sure.
Or if I, especially the people that have already been called out. And so people are aware that they're a little bit scummy.
Okay, let me ask you this, the table. If you don't want to answer it, it's fine. I'll propose a scenario. You tell me if you would say something.
I will take the gig.
If you
Oh, you already know.
if someone brags about selling out shows all the time and you know that they don't sell them out all the time,
No.
you don't call them out.
I don't call them out just because I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I don't care.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck enough about what you say or, how you stroke your own dick.
Right.
I don't give a fuck.
Right.
I don't.
We'll talk about them in the car on a road
Correct.
trip for sure.
Absolutely.
100%.
I will usually follow a statement like that with a question that exposes the bullshit.
Right.
Like, where and when?
Follow-up questions?
Yeah, in the same way that, it's comics will say things that I always find that, I'm selling out shows when it's an obvious, provable, you're full of shit.
Oh, yeah.
I understand saying that to the audience. I
Yeah.
understand saying that as a promotional tool.
Yes.
But when you
It's fake it till you make it. And I'm not saying that's not important. And you're not going to say, I had empty shows.
But I think when you do that within the community, you put yourself at risk of being just kind of
Well, this is the
a
integrity. I'm
non-serious,
talking about.
non-serious person.
Yes.
Yeah, because some people you just know right away, okay, this isn't a serious person, or this person's just kind of full of it, and it's amazing how long you get written off for.
But that's the note that's the mental note I make is like, oh, this guy's full of shit, or she's full of shit. Or,
Yep.
And that's where it is for me.
and that's a big hole for someone to climb out of once you've made that decision. Probably.
correct.
Yeah,
I
it's like
hold
being
a
labeled a
grudge.
thief. It's like if you're labeled a thief, good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, which is a tougher issue because that's always. I always find that's one of the few things that comics will speak up about, much more than complaining about a club manager or an industry situation. They'll complain about that quietly.
Right.
But if someone is stealing someone's joke, especially within the local market, you see a lot of fights in local markets over, and it's usually a pretty weak joke.
But it depends on who. If it depends on how closely you're aligned with that other comic as well.
Sure.
Like a lot of comics are pussies. A lot of comics.
Not a lot of
pussies.
yeah, there's not a lot of fighters in our game.
Yeah. And so
I mean, I've had a very few jokes stolen, obviously, because of what kind of comedy I do. But my attitude has always been like, they're never going to have the look in the eye that I have when I tell my joke, and they're not going to write the next one. So
Yeah.
I don't like it. I call people out on it when others are stolen from, because sometimes they won't defend themselves in a way I think they should. But I've never called anyone out personally because I'm like, you're a fucking hack.
And
I've had people do my jokes in front of me.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I mean, I apologize for that. But
Yeah.
I like your version better.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
I thought your delivery
It's
was
a lot more soulful.
Yeah.
It's just
but usually,
my Irish upbringing.
but in that instance, usually, you know, if I were to say anything, it's usually I'll say it to the person personally.
Right.
Like I'm not the call motherfuckers out in public dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just because. Yeah.
And that's where you and Darren are a little bit different, I think.
Yeah.
Because Darren,
I mean, I used to do. I don't anymore. I don't publicly say much anymore.
no, you've mellowed a little bit.
Well, I think the end result is people just roll their eyes and go, "Oh, it's just Darren Frost yelling again."
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of that, and I'm self-aware to a fault. You know, unlike other people in this business who aren't self-aware, I know exactly what people say. I'm not stupid, and if the end result is not benefiting me, then what's the
And why
point?
bother? Yeah.
You know, it's like, you know.
Now this is I don't know if you guys if it's just a matter of a lottery shot, but all three of you, I believe, have done very well with spouses in choosing your partner
Right.
as you go through life. You're not married, Ted,
No, you're welcome.
because you understand fundamentally it's against God's law.
It's against God's law.
Well played,
It's
Chuck.
between one man and one
Chuck.
Yeah,
Well
and,
played.
and if there's
It's an Eve, not I don't even know the rest of that.
Steve.
Eve and Wendy,
Right? Yeah. Fuck Wendy, even in Peter Pan.
No, I'm fine with women getting married to each other, but dude,
I like the videos. I like the videos
I
of that
enjoy
happening.
I enjoy the videos.
That old joke.
don't get me started on gays having kids.
Pure luck, or a matter of what?
I'll say mine is pure luck, because she literally jumped in at the inception of me starting comedy, and and I don't even know if she's trying to be funny in certain instances when we're like having like conversations and at like parties and stuff like that, because people are always like, oh, he must have you laughing all the time, and she's always like, when I met him, he had a job.
So you had never done stand up when you met her, or you were just kind of
Just dabbling.
Okay, so
just
you weren't making your life income from that.
No,
Right,
not even
right,
close.
right. That's a different.
Yeah, not even close. And
Yeah.
then her only thing was I just want, because again she's got a master's, she's got
Yeah.
a graduate degree, like she's super smart.
All of the things that would
Correct.
ordinarily think I'm going to avoid a shiftless comedian.
Absolutely correct. And all she ever asked was I just want to see you put in the work every year and do work harder every year, and that's what I've done.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So she's just a decent person.
And I poke holes in condoms. So,
There you go.
Off the old trap game.
trap game.
So I locked her down with 2 kids. But no, it's pure luck for me, and work, and I work at it because it's
It's work.
yeah.
It is work.
Yeah, but I mean, it's worth it, you know. So
Yeah. Well, how long have you guys been together now?
so we're approaching 20 years of marriage, but we've been together probably close to 30.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's impressive.
Yeah, thanks, man.
And
It's an interesting thing because for me, kind of the exact opposite. I was already a comic, making my living that way.
Yeah.
Then I met my wife, who was actually my neighbor for 2 years, didn't even know it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
shit.
Their kitchen looked into my bedroom. Little awkward.
Favorite penthouse forum?
Little awkward.
That's why it took 2 years.
That's why it took 2 years. I saw her jill off a few times across the way. I'm like, who's that? No. So she kind of knew what she was getting into. That's number one. Whereas your scenario is different. That's why I was asking if you were fully in yet or not.
Not even.
'Cause
yeah, you kind of grew into it.
I
She
meet
was
a lot of comics that, their wife wanted some life and then it's different now because it's not what it is, and
Yeah.
you don't know what it is until but for me, I was already the angry troll. She already knew what she was getting into, blah, blah, blah. So it wasn't, my one rule was I didn't want to date anyone in the industry. That's it. That was my only rule with meeting anyone because my life had already been so much about comedy. I didn't want my whole life to be about that. And I think it's the smartest thing I ever did.
Hey, you get to get away from
agree.
it.
It's completely separate. Yeah, she had to hear me whine.
There's no
What do you-
competition, and there's no weird kind of animosity. It's like, oh, how'd you get that? And I didn't get that, and all that kind of shit.
Did you ever date comics?
No,
No,
No.
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 And the problem is, there's a lot of female comics I would have dated and fucked the shit out of, but I had to turn down one or two because
Elvira.
if the shoe fits, the shoe fits. That's all I'm saying.
She's got a wide shoe.
Well, I don't want to spread rumors,
Oh,
but you know, like if you need a shoehorn, you need a shoehorn.
Where has that shoe been?
All I'm saying is that I think some people that I may have turned down in the past or didn't go anywhere think there may be another reason. It literally was, I can't in the business.
I dated a few people in comedy.
Did you?
And
What?
And
How'd that work out?
They're all doing very well.
Yes.
yeah, I would say in a couple of instances it worked out fine,
Right.
and in a couple it worked out very poorly.
Right. Which is life.
Yeah, but that's
Which is like
that
the
regular
problem
people,
is
civilians
when
would
it
have done the
works
same
out.
thing.
But the problem is when it works out poorly, you now have an awkward thing within comedy, which is supposed to be your complete safe space.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right. You've created your own fucking spot.
But you shat where you ate.
Yeah,
So
right.
that's the problem.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but you know it was pretty delicious at the time.
If you're a shit eater, that's fine. We're in a non-judgmental space.
I'm going to judge that. I'm going to judge it right now.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fair. Okay. But, you know, my mom was one of the sense of humor who liked all the dark kind of crazy shit. She came and saw me once in Niagara Falls. I was hosting
What'd
for...
you say? Oh, sorry.
Exactly.
Niagara.
Falls.
Niagara Falls. And she came and saw me, and like you're talking about, do you want to do a good show for them and everything? And I'm hosting, and I did well. The Middle had a tough weekend. He's a very funny comic, but, you know, Niagara Falls can be a little weird, touristy, you know?
Yeah.
Falls.
Yeah, false. And the headliner was the headliner. I'll just leave that alone. You can read into that.
names,
You can read into that if you want.
Drop names.
And my mom gets hammered, and because that's how she has to get through this show, just
As
like
you
me.
do.
And after the show, she sits down. We're in a booth, and she's like wanting to give me this talk. I'm like, oh, I'm going to get a pep talk, you know. And she just looks at me, kind of hammered. She goes, "Tell me honestly, those two comics don't work more than you, do they?" I go, yeah, they do, Mom. She goes, "You got to quit."
Really?
Yeah. I go, "What?" She goes, "You got to quit." No, you're done. I go, "Look, Mom, I didn't think this was the pep talk I was going to get. I thought you were going to say you're way funnier than them. You got to stick it out, kid." She's literally like, you got to quit. You're done.
Really?
Yeah.
That's hard.
And that was the last time I cared about someone being in
And
the
but like that's see, I would frame that as they work more than you. Are they worse than you? Because
Yeah, they didn't do as well as me.
But that's what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
when she's saying you've got to quit, maybe she's saying you've got to quit the current situation because you're better than this situation.
No, I think she thought it's like she already knew my life up to that point of all these crazy things that have happened. And it's like, you know, this is not going to get easier. This is only going to get harder. I think she was saying quit because she thinks I'm shitty at it.
Yeah,
Just
I
as a
quit that.
mother,
That's not what I got.
as a mother,
This is
she's
going to
like,
be too hard to
this
run.
is going to be so hard that it's like you're gonna kill, and no one's going to acknowledge that
You're setting yourself for a life of frustration.
of frustration,
And
which
rejection. Yeah.
the whole business is. This is
That's what we. That's
me.
literally. I don't think we know that's what we signed up for, but you realize that quickly that's what you fucking.
It's
signed up for.
100%.
15
Literally.
rejections and a maybe.
Yeah.
Well, those are good numbers. I'm more like, I'm 40, get the fuck out of the room. 20, I don't want to talk to you again. 1, what? Maybe. Okay. But is it
That might be the name. That might be the name of my next fucking tour.
Maybe.
But yeah, but in relate, as far as I go, like I'd rather not. Like if people I know are coming to a show, I'd rather not know that they're coming.
Yeah. Sit at the
yeah,
back.
yeah,
Don't let
yeah.
me know you're there.
Yeah, so then that
Yeah.
way, you know, and then after he's like, "Oh my God, you're here! Holy shit!" You know, because I do go into a kind of feel like I need to put on a proper show, and then I'm way too in my head sometimes. But now I try not to give a fuck. But I know early on and up, I wouldn't say up until recently, but like a good chunk is like if I knew someone in the crowd, it's like trying to impress a girl.
Yeah, I
man.
had a bunch of people come from university days that I hadn't seen in over 20 years, and they came down to an album taping I did in Toronto.
Wow.
And,
Wow. Of all
and,
the things,
and I knew they were going to be there, so I just was unavailable before the show. Like I went and hid out
Yeah,
so that
right.
there was no
Yeah,
chance
right.
that I could run into them before I hit the stage.
Yep.
I didn't want to know where they were in the room. I did, you know, like I needed to be a blind.
But even then, if I know that they're there, I'll be thinking about, oh man, you know, where are they sitting, but like, are they enjoying this? Am I doing well? Am I
Yeah,
fun?
it's just something
It's in
you
my
might.
fucking head. It's crazy.
It's something you might end up thinking about, and you don't want any of those if
Correct.
you can avoid them.
Absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely correct.
One of the new things, because we're kind of figuring this out as we go. So one of the new
We have
things.
microphones this week.
Well, last
which
week
really helps.
Last week I printed out headshots of the guests.
Oh, this is good.
And we had
Brutal.
some fun talking about Dom Perret and Eric Andrews headshots. And Dom had a good idea that he said you should get people to send in their first headshots because there's some pretty unique ones out there. And I thought it was a great idea. The problem was I had them posted here behind us on the wall, but then when the AI does the clips, it thought that the headshots were real people, and so it gave them space on the clips. So
Thought they were funnier than we were.
Right.
Yeah, I can't necessarily post them, but I'll hold them up for the camera. And so
yeah,
we're
this is
going to start with JP.
Yes.
I love this. Was this your first headshot?
Yes.
This was the very first. So I'm hold that up for the camera.
It's actually still on some walls.
Actor.
I love this because it really. There isn't a lot of question as to when you started doing comedy.
Oh, that's dated.
That is.
There's a timestamp on that
There
one.
is a timestamp on that one.
Ponytail, man.
Yeah, that is.
Ponytail.
That is.
Ponytail and goatee. Ugh, what a horrible combination.
See, when I see this picture,
Stoof jacket.
when I see this picture, I think of you, I think of Ron Jossel, and I think of Gavin.
Yeah.
Because that was the era when you guys were all hanging out,
Yeah.
trying to get sets,
Yeah.
spots, and that's when I met all three of you. So I think of you in that, and I think of Ron in that leather jacket that he had, that kind of yellow leather jacket.
You know what the ironic part about like what people would think? I don't know if people would think this guy looks cool. But
no.
The name that you called Ron, Gavin, and myself.
Yep.
We were like the silliest, and still are the silliest fucking dudes when we're together. And,
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and it was still some of the most fun times that I had. Like I love the beginning of comedy, like jumping in that era. You know what I mean? Like doing comedy.
It's like an extra childhood.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a very Belle Biv DeVoe style picture.
That pick is poison.
Now this for Darren. This is a pretty, I would say, well-known headshot for you.
Yeah.
This is the now. What would you call it here? Just to hold
That
it
was
up.
called the Happy Clappy Fun Boy years.
Happy Clappy Fun Boy years. So you can go ahead and describe it if you want.
It was just, back then I had, a different kind of act. It wasn't based in kind of reality. It was just jokes, just joke.
It was
So can I
almost.
tell a side story that I don't
Sure.
think I've ever told you. I don't think I've ever told anyone. So while I started comedy super late, I tried it. I dabbled in it from early, and it was at London Yuck Yucks, and I think it was when London was at fucking
The strip mall.
I think it was. I can't remember which one it was, but I remember doing a laugh off competition, and it was you were there. You were wearing the red plaid pants.
Yep.
You were wearing that shirt, and the other comic, I think either you or him won the whatever that laugh off contest was.
Yeah, I
It was-
won, yeah.
It was Bill Davern.
Yeah, I still talk to Bill.
Yeah, and that was the first time I had kind of like did something like that, and I knew I did well, but that was the first time, and I'd never, because I didn't know you then, I didn't speak to you then, and I never brought it up in all the years that we think that you and Bill Davern were like the two dudes. I was like, holy shit, these guys are fucking amazing.
How did he actually do though, Darren? Did he do okay?
I don't even think he would remember that I was there.
I remember the night, and I remember that there was like 10 comics on, and literally everyone did well because it's that idea. Everyone knew they were young comics. The audience is on board. I can't remember. It might have been Donnie hosting, which means that you probably wouldn't have done a great job. But I
can't remember.
I do remember that the night was good.
It was a good night. Yeah.
Like nobody really was bad, and nobody really killed.
Yeah, it's rare in a situation where the audience is aware that everybody's kind of competing for something.
Yeah.
That anyone completely eats it.
It's like absolute Ottawa. Nobody can bomb.
Yeah, it's like the audience is on your side in a way that they wouldn't be if it was just up to them.
Yes.
Yeah, makes a big difference.
But I remember because I remember the pants.
Yep.
I remember the shirt, and I remember good for me.
Yep.
And,
Good for me.
I completely, and I was like, oh man, these guys are good.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I think my big closer at the time was I used to do this fucking Greek statue bit about it was art because great art makes you think like and ask questions, and the big punchline was fucking Rodin's Thinker, and I was like, what is he thinking? He's like, why is my dick so small? And then and then
Classic.
and then the closing bit, the big thing was, I wonder what black statues would be like, and I would just like hang the mic there, and that was like my big fucking close. And I'm like, this is so fucking sad. Like when I say it out loud now, I'm like, oh my god, this is horrible. I wish your mom had pulled me aside and be like, just quit now, just quit
She
now.
should tell a lot of people to quit.
No
quit
prop
now.
comedy.
I mean, I remember this era, and then I got rid of it. And I remember the joke that I kind of wrote that was like, okay, it's time to get out of this, because it was just a really quick, stupid line, but it was like, I was running a lot of risks with dysfunctional family, and I said, you're from a dysfunctional family when you start to lose track of who touched who.
That's so funny.
Right? And so that joke cannot have that wrapping.
So let me ask this question.
confusing.
Right.
So knowing that
You grew out of the outfit.
Right.
Yeah, and how did you know it was time to grow out of that outfit, or when did you know it was time to grow out of it?
I don't want to talk like I'm so great, but this was killing. Like, this character
Yeah,
would
no.
kill.
Dude, I was
and,
there. I saw
and I couldn't walk in Toronto without being like not bombarded. But if I went to a festival or something 5-10 times in the day, people are like, oh my god, you're that guy with the funny pants. And I just
Because it's you're now
it's Screech from fucking Saved by the
but
Bell.
also you're wearing the outfit. It's very distinct, and all of a
amazing.
sudden you stand out in a way that
Yeah.
nobody else is standing
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, I know.
As a note to the audience, if you see a comedy poster and there's 6 comedians on the show, none of them are very good. For the simple fact that they're booking 6 comedians because not one of them can do a full 20-minute set.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, if you can't do 20, I don't think you can call yourself a comedian, in my opinion. I was told that you couldn't get work until you had 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the real number was 30.
Yep.
But if you were funny enough at 20, they'd start putting you out there to, I'm sure he can, tap dance for an extra 10.
I got to tell you this.
Which you tell yours, I'll tell mine after.
So we all love Ron Jossel. We all love Ron Jossel.
Yes.
Can we just say that off the top?
We love Ron Jossel.
Genuinely love Ron.
I've told Ron this story to his face, so he
yeah.
knows about it. So I'm doing London Yucks once, and it's me, Ron, and I won't name the MC, but he gets stuck. No,
Tony Colon.
he gets stuck in traffic. So literally calls the highway shut down.
The host?
The host.
Oh, okay.
Highway shut down. And so the manager comes in the back and goes, okay, we're changing plan. Ron, you do 30 minutes. Darren, you do an hour. As soon as that's said, Ron starts sweating. Have you ever seen Ron sweat? Have you ever seen that man sweat?
Yes, I have.
It's like, holy
It's
fuck.
disgusting.
And he's like nervous and everything. And I go, what's wrong, Ron? He goes, I got 21 minutes.
But that was an honest answer.
No, I
too.
know that. This is why,
Yeah.
just so you understand, this is why I tell the story. I got 21 minutes. I go, Ron, listen, don't worry. I said, here's what you do. Do your 21 minutes. And if you want to do a little crowd work, fine. But if you can't, just bring me up and I'll do an hour and 10. No one's going to rat anyone out.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
No one's the wiser.
Why? Because you didn't sit here and go, I got an hour and I got to cut this down. You knew to the minute.
Second, actually.
To the minute. Like, I've never heard someone go, I have 21 minutes. So literally, he goes on.
It was a great 21 minutes.
No, don't get me wrong, but this is what I'm saying. He goes on. He's killing. He gets to 21. I swear to God. He goes like this. Hey, what's your name? Frank. Oh, yeah? What do you do? Work for the government? Huh. Hey. he just starts sweating again. And so I'm up at the popcorn machine where there's light and he can see me. And I just go, bring me on.
Yeah. Wrap it up.
Like this. He goes, Darren Frost. And I go on. The show is great, but it's just like, that's why I loved Ron. He didn't bullshit me.
No, he was honest
told me
about it.
straight. He knew exactly how much time he had. This is a weird situation. No one's going to rat him out except me now 20 years later. But it's like, the story is a great story because normally you don't find that. You have someone who thinks they can do an hour and a half. I think 10 minutes.
Well, and I've also, and normally you don't have your side of it either because when I was first starting out, I got to a couple of gigs that you know before you've started that it's tough. Mm-hmm. And I've had the headliners look me square in the eye and go, "You better do every minute of your time."
Yeah, Bodger used to do that. Yeah,
And that's the worst thing to tell somebody who's worried about doing.
I was already worried. Yeah.
Yeah. You had.
So mine was Mississauga Yucks, and Mike Himmel was fucking I guess the general manager of whatever Yucks at that time. And,
Sweet man.
Yeah, very, very, very nice guy. And again, I had a killer fucking 20. But I was like,
And a week 22.
yeah, a week 21. So I was like, I was
Chasing Ron.
Yeah, and so I was like, "Yo, how come you guys don't middle me? You guys blah blah blah." And I was like, "I could do the 30." And finally, he relents, and he's like, "All right, fuck it. You can do 30 at the Mississauga Club." And I literally hit fucking 20, and that 10 minutes after that felt like 45, and it was horrible.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely horrible. And I remember walking by fucking Mike Himmel. I was just like, "I'm so sorry, man. I'm just so fucking sorry." And he's like,
I did a boat cruise once. I don't know if you know about those. It's when comedy's supposed to be on the water.
Oh my God, I remember those.
And it was with Talmadge. And I go on, I do my act, and it doesn't go great. It goes okay. It's Funny Pant Darren.
Yeah. Good
So these aren't like edgy jokes.
No, high percentage Darren.
Yeah. And so Himmel's furious at me, right? Furious. He's like, "Come upstairs." Flew up to the top. Now, while I was on stage, I saw lights, okay? And I didn't know what they were, right? And he goes, I think I should tell you that while you're on, people were so offended at your act that they water taxied off the boat. I'm the middle.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
and they water taxied off the boat. So just so you know, you're probably one of those comics that are proud of it, that they paid $60 to get off the boat instead of waiting for you to be done.
I mean, I would kind of be proud of that.
It's pretty nuts that they're willing to pay it like
Just
the second cover.
You didn't just walk motherfuckers. You boated motherfuckers.
He tells the story. There's speakers on the top deck of what's going on downstairs, right? And Funny Pant Darren was too much for this crowd.
Oh, yeah.
Talmadge goes on,
Yeah.
does this pussy fart joke,
Yeah.
and in the speaker, as Timmel's telling,
Look at your face.
and I go, Mike, and I point up to the speaker, and the pussy fart joke,
It's a good joke.
and I go, what do you think they would have done then, huh, Mike, if they heard that? I think they probably would have swam to shore,
Yeah.
right? And to Himmel's credit, he just goes, "Okay, this conversation never happened." It just walked away. I get it.
That's
I get
a
it.
proper retraction.
That's exactly it. I get it. You know,
That's
it's like I don't want to have people pissed off and water taxi off the boat.
Agreed.
Like what? My math class joke pissed them off.
That's never the intention.
Rain Man whacking off.
and-
What do they have, a Down syndrome kid and they're mad at me? I don't know.
And there's some people that are going to water taxi off the boat no matter what you talk about. Like,
Exactly.
they get there and they're like, "Oh, I don't like this."
Absolutely correct.
Yeah.
This is my 80-20 rule, and I firmly believe in this for any form of comedy. 80% of the crowd will be on your side. 20% will not. That doesn't mean they're not going to enjoy you, but they're not going to love you.
Yeah.
And in dirty comedy, the problem with the 20 is they think it shouldn't be told at all.
They get indignant about it. Yeah. I don't enjoy this,
They go,
and others
"Not for
shouldn't
me,
either."
but okay, next time. But if I hear "baby raped to death," this shouldn't be funny for anyone.
Yeah.
And the 20% then try to do something about it. And that's where my history of assault videos and all that happens.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. It's the 80-20 rule. You can't win everyone. You can't.
But I don't think you're supposed to. I don't
No.
think you ever really go in thinking you're going to win everybody. It's nice if you do and when you do, but
Yeah.
I never think it's going to be fucking a complete walk in the park when it goes. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, and you know your odds of like-minded people go up depending upon setting as well. Like in a comedy club, you expect them to kind of know the deal much more than like a corporate gig or you know.
or even a bar. You know what I mean, that's not
Even a bar.
necessarily set up for comedy. 'Cause
Yeah,
just
like an open mic
TVs
type
are
thing.
on and distractions and the setups looking
I have a
crazy.
question for you, JP. So I haven't done an arena show, and I know you have. And one of the great things about Russell is he's got this ability to make an arena feel like a comedy club, like when his style and being on stage and that. And I saw you open for him and kill and everything. What's it like to be, first of all, on that side of the stage to do comedy to that many people. I mean, I've played to 2,000-3,000, but the night we saw you was like 4 or 5. I think.
Yeah.
Number one. And number two, I have opened for Russell before one time years ago, and it was like, where's Russell? Where's Russell?
It feels like that for me too sometimes. So.
Yeah, of course. But just the idea of that massive of a stage for comedy.
It's definitely weird because I still very much enjoy the intimate setting of an actual comedy club as well. Like I really love the feel of that. But I think what the luxury I think I'm afforded psychologically is knowing that the setup is because of the cameras and the screens behind you that everybody can fucking see you.
Yeah, there is a sense of intimacy because of that.
Yeah. So all I do is know exactly what my fucking set's going to be. I don't try to deviate from that by any stretch of the imagination. Like Russell's great at playing with the crowd and hey, where are you from? And
yeah.
But whereas for me, it's like hey, I open with this joke, this bit, thank you, good night, and try to have fucking fun.
Right.
And at the end of the day, try to have fun and utilize the entire stage and try to. So oddly enough, the advice I had gotten, and not for a Russell show, is from Darren Lennox. Rest in peace. He's like, you can never be too big in comedy.
Right.
So for a laid back guy like me, I have to concentrate sometimes on just playing it over the fucking top and just kind of have fun and
Puffing up.
Yeah. Puff it up and, and just try to make it to the fucking thank you, good night.
Yeah, I find like you talked about like knowing every line you're going to be doing.
Yeah.
I find the less familiar the environment for me, the more I need to be
Dialed
in that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And because I know people are like, yo, where the fuck is Russell?
Yeah.
That makes it that much more immediate.
Yeah.
Of
When I opened
strategy.
I hosted for Norm Macdonald for a week, and that's how I opened the show. Is I understand that I represent the speed bump between you and Norm Macdonald.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but we're going to have to go over the bump.
Yeah.
And then everyone kind of relaxed.
They loosen up.
Like, okay, I know we have to wait. And,
I'm the opening band. You didn't come to see
You
me.
open for some big acts, right? You're like in,
Oh yeah. I think the last big one was Alan Carr, and the first night was fine, and then the second night I was like, oh yeah, no, I realized what I did wrong. I was like, yeah, I need to apologize for being here off the top. Hi, and then we had a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to kind of acknowledge the big deal that's waiting.
Absolutely.
I understand you're not here to see me.
Because people really don't give a shit sometimes.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
yeah.
You're all just still filing in.
Fucking arms are all folded and shit.
Yeah.
Well, and they're also very unsure of like what the hell. They know they're going to see whatever,
Yeah.
but they're not too sure about what the hell's this.
Like, who the fuck? Yeah, what is this?
Yeah, usually you've heard of the opening band at a big deal concert.
Yes, absolutely correct.
You've never heard of the opening comedian.
Yeah.
Although when I opened for Alan Carr, he came out before and basically introduced me.
Oh, that's dope.
So he's like, "Hey, everyone, this guy's great."
Get co-signed
He's it.
immediately.
Yeah.
That's fucking great.
That's nice.
Which I thought was very generous.
Gives you real credibility.
Yeah.
Especially because it's their audience.
Yeah.
By every.
It's like, I chose this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Patton Oswalt once said, he's like, I want a comic that's killing.
Yeah,
I
you want to
really
follow that.
want a comic
yeah.
that's killing.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be an easy like guitar act, which was Carlin used for years or whatever. He wanted it to be someone that's really killing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming by, gentlemen.
Thanks for having us.
I think
And that brings us to the end of our time together for episode 4 of Preparing to Podcast.
that was fun. That was a good chat with those guys.
That was great. Thanks to our guests, Darren Frost and Jean Paul. And thanks to both of you for listening. You're really what makes this all worthwhile.
Yes, a big shout out to the audience. Especially if you find yourself still watching this deep into the episode.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We would like you to take the time to subscribe or like or share or whatever the format you happen to be enjoying the show on. That will actually help us out a great deal. Surprisingly, it costs you nothing and it could make our dreams come true.
Yeah. What's
So
wrong with
please
you?
like and subscribe.
Why are you trying to stop our dreams from coming true?
Oh, and you can find us at Preparing to Podcast.
Very helpful.
All the formats and such.
I like that. You're very plugged in. Do we know who's joining us next week?
Yes, again, veteran comedians joining us next week. The great thing about starting out a show like this is There's a lot of comedians to get through in the marketplace. So, and because we're serving ribs, people seem eager to join.
Yeah.
So next week, joining us on the show will be Paul Haywood and Dave Martin, a couple of great Canadian comedians. Looking forward to that.
More dudes,
Yes.
more white dudes.
Yes, more dudes. More white dudes. But, you're booking the following week.
Yes.
So maybe you could track down some what are they called? Fag hags?
Yeah. Fag hags or fruit flies.
Ooh, fruit flies.
Fruit fly is fun.
Yeah.
Sluts.
That's, you'd probably get away with that more than I would.
Oh, yeah. I get away with a lot with sluts.
Yeah.
You best believe it. I'll change you. Like, you won't. But this is going to make a fun story someday.
All right, we're going on too long.
All right.
All right. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
I'm Chuck.
I'm Ted.
Goodbye.